Hello, pproteus here. Time for another arena draft. Well, let me tell you, I don't really like playing black in this format, but when you open Vraska, maybe that's a good reason to do it. Good cards for passing include Ruthless Predation and Incisor Glider. But yeah, I will take Vraska. Vraska is pretty solid. I don't like her, but only because she's a black card. I would not have taken like the best commons in the set over Vraska. That's how much I hate black. But we didn't open any of the best commons in the set, so we didn't have to make the decision. Second pack, we see Ossification. Ossification is one of the best uncommons in the set, so I think it is pretty straightforward to take that. We're going to pass a second Ruthless Predation, a Sith Shepherd, a Raptor, and hey, even a Vraska's Fall. That would go well with Vraska, wouldn't it? Interesting. Yeah, this pick, not very close. Ossification, solid, not something you want to be passing. Third pack. This is a strong one. I see Mirror Convert, and that's what I'm going to lean towards. Lean towards that because it is very early in the draft, and so I like to take the colorless thing so I don't have to worry about not playing my third pick overall. But we are passing some strong cards. Feeling Better Fist, one of the better commons in the set. Black Belly Rat and Whisper of the Dross, some of the better black commons. Doom Mover, kind of like a worse Mirror Convert. And Charge the Might, not bad. And yeah, rounding out with a couple of good blue commons as well. But we'll just take the convert, see what happens. That was a really strong pack, and honestly, I'm going to be kind of paying attention to see what, if anything, wheels from that pack. It's very likely I will be taking something from there as a safe. Pack 4, I'm tempted by a few different things. Part of me is tempted by this Furnace Strider. Overall, it's not terrible. It's not one of the top few red commons, but it's definitely very good. And then part of me is tempted by, say, these good black commons, the Dose and the Chrome Prowler. I haven't had any luck with blue-black, but maybe I gotta give it a try. Dose seems pretty good, fairly safe. Pack 5 has a couple good things. I love some Justiciar. There's a Whisper, of course. There's good red card, good green card. We're gonna take Duelist. If we're taking black cards, I think my favorite black archetype to be in is white-black. And if you're playing white-black, you need the poison 2-drops. We're going to take Duelist and see if that is what comes to pass. Next pack, looking like the same thing. I feel like I've seen some of these cards in the pack before in this draft, but yeah, Incisor Glider. Next best card here being Watcher. Necrotitan is okay, but it is just, it is situational. If you end up with a medium poison deck, it is entirely unplayable. You want things that are going to be reliable. Here we go, Edifice. That's a great sign. It's great because this is one of the best few black uncommons in the set, and that means black is open. I was hoping that black would be open if you open a good black mythic. You know, that's how it works. Also here passing a Head Cleaver, totally fine. A couple good blue cards. Looking at that Mesmerizing Dose, which may be stuck in the sideboard. Here we're going to take Evangelist. We're going to slam this and move all in. We're going to do Warsaw. I think that this Evangelist as a card is massively overrated, but I also do not think it is bad. I just think it's overrated. I think it is totally unsurprising to see that card 8th pick, and I'm very happy to see 8th pick. Not because I think people are undervaluing it, but because I think it means that this color combination is open, and I'm happy about that because I want to get my cards. Here we got Vraska's Fall versus a Combat Trick. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take the Vraska's Fall. Don't necessarily have to play it, but it'll probably be pretty good if it does get played. where if we don't play it, it probably means we have like 2 Planner Devotions. In this pack, taking charge of the Mites over Whisper of the Dross. Could go either way though, wouldn't be terrible. Not playing any of these. Or these. Veil is not really how this deck works. So we're going to be looking to pick up, things to fill out the curve. Definitely looking for complete devotions. Definitely looking for black removal because, black isn't very good. So if we are playing black, we are hopefully on one of the only black drafters at the table. Maybe we'll get to pick up some of these generic powerful cards. I see a gap in our curve at the 4 slot. We're going to be looking for Indoctrination Attendant in particular to fill up that one. And 1, so I like 1 drops. Let's take this Crawling Chorus. We are passing Pestilent Siphoner, passing Glissus Sunslayer, this is a very strong card, but we would have to splash it. I'm not sure how we're going to do that. That's 1 source. No, but we're just never cutting Crawling Chorus, so passing that seems a bit silly. Atraxa. Delicious. No, same logic as last time. I'm never cutting Crawling Chorus, so we're going to take it. Jumping on the 2-mana rest in this pack, we're going to pass another good 2, a playable but not exciting 1-drop, good blue card, playable combat trick. This is kind of interesting. Whisper is super playable. There's also Kemba. And Kemba doesn't say poison on him anywhere. He is kind of a 2-drop that's also just a value engine by himself. And, you can just play generic rares in your poison decks. I'm going to take Kemba. I think it's possible I end up with having too much of that Dross guy. Not likely to end up having too many rares. In this pack here we see yet another Necrotitan, Basilic Shepherd, which is what I will be taking, and a Phyrexian Arena, which is, let's call it playable but not particularly good. Passing a couple unplayable black cards and a Terramorphic, which I definitely wouldn't hate. Here, probably not doing any of these things. This is good if you have lots of Proliferate. Do we? Nope. No Proliferate whatsoever. No, Frascally Proliferates. I'm going to take Bonepicker Scourge and hope to not play it. Take a second Basilic Shepherd over Doom Mover. We're good for 5s. No more 5s, please. Yeah, that's what we need. We need 3s. Haven't seen any Flinting Rafters, any Indoctrination Attendants. Haven't seen any Head Cleavers even since we committed to colors. Haven't seen any Blight Belly Rats, although we're probably going to be okay on the 2 front. What did I take? I know I passed a 2 this pack, right? I took Planar Disruption over Duelist of Deep Faith. Took Crawling Chorus over Knighting there, that makes sense. Took Crawling Chorus over Pestilent Siphoner. Doesn't count if you're passing a 2 for a 1. And then here, yeah, we're not doing any of these things. Take the white card just in case. Here we'll take a tap land. We might play the top land. Some people really, really hate tap lands in this format. I'm not one of those people. I will take off Immortality, probably also hope to not play it, but it's not unplayable. I'm hoping to not play it, mostly because I would like to hit a couple complete devotions, and then once we have those combat tricks, it is not very good. Whisper, on the other hand, definitely can play that. Feel good about that one if we get it. There's enough 1 toughness things and enough ways to like attack and trade that it gets its value and then plops another poison counter while we're at it onto him. Wow, this pack is something else. There are 3 really good poison dudes. So also this Justiciar, I talked about this card enough, I should probably mention it, but we're not taking it. Rare is unplayable. This card's not bad. So I guess the question is, do you want a 2 or a 1 or a 4? And yeah, we would really like a 4, but this is a premium 2. We are short on 2s, and 2s are more important than 4s. So we're going to take the 2. Next pack here, easy Fluncing Raptor. Get in here. We're passing Sinew Dancer. We might play Infectious Inquiry. Love this card, but pretty sure we're not doing that. Another Fluncing Raptor. Or a 3rd Crawling Chorus. Nope, I'm taking Fluncing Raptor. It is just a little bit too important, especially when we don't have the combat tricks that really make Crawling Chorus shine. I know I made that really fast, and I regret making it fast, not because I think it was, like, I want to think about it more, but because I want you to understand that, like, if the Fluncing Raptor wasn't there, I'd be jumping on the Crawling Chorus, super excited to get that one. I just want to make it clear that I'm not saying Crawling Chorus isn't something you want as many of as you can get, but just saying Fluncing Raptor also falls into that category. Nothing here we're particularly likely to play. We could play Justiciar if we stop hitting playable cards from this point, but I don't think we're going to do that. I will take here this gold card, and if we hit like a late G mover, I will play this card. But if I only have the 1 Mirror Convert as fixing, I won't. Basically, it's a Rat Priest is very strong. It's just we're playing aggro, can't really afford it. Here we can take a Sinew Dancer. It's gonna be fine. It's nice because it can play offense or defense. Playing offense, it can like tap 2 things in a particular turn. Playing defense, it's basically just another planar disruption. Here, we're looking at Chittering Skitterling versus Vraska's Fall number 2. We already have a planar disruption, so Vraska's Fall not looking too great. Rare is unplayable. I'll take the Skitterling. Skitterling's a good one. This pack's got nothing but 23. We'll play all these things. Ooh. Managed to wheel this guy. That is excellent. Truly excellent. Welcome to the team. And I think we'll have to definitely do some thinking. Second Sinew Dancer, much worse than the first. It's worse specifically because if we're having trouble turning on Corrupted, which happens sometimes, fallback mode of Corrupted is good, but it is not good in multiples. Good by, like, good to have. Useful, not good as in powerful. Again, here, not playing those. And I guess that is the end of the draft. Scrap Trapper's fine, but we got enough 5s. I'll have to decide if I want to cut one of these things or if I want to play 16 lands instead of 17. I have to think for a minute. So let's talk this through for a second. So first thing, when I'm trying to ask, like, is this deck unusual? Should I follow the conventional wisdom, or do I need to do something special? Is just ask, what pieces are we missing? So when I go over the top comments for the deck in these two colors, first of all, we're missing all the top black commons. We're missing Annoyant, we're missing Black Belly Rat, we're missing Pestilent Cipher. And in white, I think we have at least one copy of all the important ones, except for Complete Devotion. And now that I say that, I notice that we have basically 0 tricks. Whisper's kind of a trick, but not really. I think having basically 0 tricks makes me want to play like 1 trick. So maybe it'll get this Awful Mortality in here. And as for not having Anoint, we got plenty of removal. But as for not having a Blight Belly Rat or a Pestilent Siphoner, we're kind of short on 2s. And there's really nothing you can do if you're short on 2s. You're just gonna end up behind, which is gonna suck. We have lots of 3s. Hopefully the 3s will make up for having enough 2s. I think Kemba is going to have to go. Kemba, not very synergistic. We don't have any equipment. We have too many things that cost 5 in particular. If it costs 4 to activate, would be a whole lot better here. Yeah, I think we're going to have to, it might be playable just as a bear, but even then, if it's just a bear, maybe you should just be playing just a share instead. And then from this point, should we cut a land? Should we play a tap land? I kind of don't want to play the tap land, not because I hate tap lands in particular, but because I don't think I want to play a tap land in the off color. Or I definitely want to have more white sources so we can get the Crawling Chorus on time. I do think I am going to cut one of these then, and just call it a day right here. Let's run this and see if it works out okay. Off to a good, or hopefully good start. This looks good to me. We're going first with 1, 2, 3. How can you complain? How can you complain? How can you keep up? Convert. We're still gonna play this Duelist because we wanna flinch. Do you have a removal spell? Disruption here? I was assuming they would just like play a 2, we get to flinch over their face, and then they're corrupted on turn 3. That was my plan. But if they're mousing over it, maybe it is getting kind of disruptioned. Yep, that is what happened. Okay. This makes me want to handle things a little differently. I'm going to save the Fluxing Raptor. Get double spell here. Rascasol is particularly nice because it removes kind of any generic blocker here. Please don't play something with the death trigger. Though, as far as white 3-drops that are also generic blockers, they're not really known for doing that, to be perfectly honest. Opponents played Flyer. We don't want them to have a Flyer, so that goes away. Goodbye, Glider. Poke, poke, poke. Opponent's at 5, poison already. This game might be quite fast. They got a Duelist. I see they are green, white, poison. They were just not off to a remotely good start. So we could play Vraska and like turn one of those into a... These just aren't scary enough. I want to use Vraska to turn something that's like terrifying into a treasure. We can take a couple poison damage right now. Or, actually, I kind of want to use Vraska to just 0. Just proliferate the last few poison counters onto him. That by itself sounds like it should be pretty strong. That's okay. They had to spend 3 of their mana dealing with my Windrake? But they're so far behind. And they conceded. They could figure out this wasn't going to go very well from that spot. Nice, nice, nice. Let's continue. Going pretty excellent so far. This one's slightly worse because of the issue that I may have mentioned. We don't have enough 2s. Okay, the size of God is fine. We can pretend to have. This is not a real curve because they don't all have toxic, but we can pretend. Do you have trick? Did you not? Okay. Duelist is absolutely great. They're gonna have to find a blocker for it. Eyeglass. That's not happening. Opponent is now corrupted. Hooray! They're just gonna let me do whatever I want? Really? What if I untapped and played a trick here? I could have had a trick. No respect. Just no respect. This hand went from fine to great, like, real fast. Every draw was perfect so far. We didn't have to draw one of our, like, 2 of our 3 toxic 2-drops that quickly, but we did. Now we do the land, right on time, so we get to play the 5-drop on turn 5. Opponent, meanwhile, is missing land drops. They're corrupted. They are dead to damage. Thanks, Insider Glider. Gee, that was fast as well. Yeah, I had fun. That was fun. Who's confused about whether or not that was fun? I guess I forgot to mention it, but that first night, the game should also kind of indicate how I feel about, like, 5-drops, where, you know, we did get to do the thing, and, you know, Basilica Shepherd certainly closed that second game, but we had a Vraska in hand, and it just didn't matter. It's the goal in the stack is to curve out, and Vraska is great because if the opponent stabilizes, you can end the game by yourself, force them to do something very difficult to interact with. They have to actually stop what they're doing and attack, but when they're dead on board, they don't really want to be attacking. But it means that you can't ever keep hands like this and say, ooh, I got a good 5. It's just not that kind of deck. Crawling Course, Stinging Master, Ossification. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm looking for in an opening hand. I think I'm going to throw away the Swamp. It's a little bit greedy to keep Basilica Shepherd, but I feel like if I throw away the Basilica Shepherd, we're destined to get flooded. I can attack here. Let them block. Maybe I was supposed to ossify their 1-drop, but that doesn't seem right. More likely, maybe I was just supposed to not attack. Bladed Ambassador. Ooh. That's a fancy one. Well, I'm not going to block that, so okay. I'm pleased. Banana Master, real good, but also doesn't have infect, or doesn't actually contribute to the poison game plan. They attack, I will block. They could, by some definitions, 2-for-1 me with complete devotion, but I am not particularly afraid of that. I was correct about the floating idea, by the way, because we're gonna hit 5 lands and still not be able to cast this Basilisk Shepherd. We're gonna send that guy away and get in here for a couple damage. Bam, Bones Corrupted. Please no more Swamp Stack. Don't hate that. They didn't use Sinew Dancer? What? I was sure that was the whole reasoning behind. Is a trick happening here? Maybe they just clicked through it by accident. Okay. I think I'm supposed to play this land so I can pretend to have a combat trick. Because opponent will very likely respect complete devotion. Oh, I've just realized what's going to happen. They're, in fact, just going to activate Sinew Dancer into turn, tap the Edifice, hit an Uncorrupted, and then play some big Corrupted payoff. What that would be, I'm not sure. Oh, interesting. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is they didn't let me pay 2 life to kill the Sinew Dancer, they let me pay 2 life to kill their complete devotion. Didn't draw a card off that. Oof, charge the knights. Just no respect. I did not succeed in tricking them into thinking I had a trick. Skitterling. That's going to be a good one. Okay, in comes a 1-1, here's a 1-4, and we can sack things once turn to draw a card. I'm just not going to do that preemptively. Because I like the play patterns it enables. It lets me make kind of chump attacks. The opponent has no good blockers anyways, they have no good attackers here, there's just no reason to sack my thing. I'll want to basically ask them to use a removal spell. And then if they can't, then I start going. I really expect them to use Sinew Dancer here. I know they can use the Dancer to tap down Skitterling, but this is trading damage, and they are a lot closer to losing than I am. So trading damage doesn't really make sense to me. This is also just, this is acceptable. They can activate Sinew Dancer and tap the Skitterling. They can also sack this Silica. I am pretty tempted to sack something to draw a card. Because we've got no action. But I don't know. I don't really want to give up this 3-2 that just attacks so nicely. Opponent is 6 hits away from killing me, and I'm 7 hits away from killing them with straight damage. Let's just move on to Crawling Course and pass. It's Skitterling, interestingly, can sack itself. And yeah, we're at a stage in the game where opponent is, 7 poison. This is 2 more. What are they going to do? They have to play a blocker. What have you got over there? I felt like when I played the Skitterling, I'm like, this is going to show you how great it is. But now I'm just kind of sitting here with the Skitterling, and it's being just the threat of using it that is getting me places. I haven't activated it once, but we'll be fine. Again, they just let me move to combat. Why are they letting me move to combat? Why are they doing this? So if they use the indestructible trick here, I get to finally sack something to the Skitterling. Okay. Draw a card. Hooray! That's a good one. I like that one. I suppose it's possible that they could have a sweeper, but having multiple things that make mites when they die makes me at least a little bit safe feeling into a sweeper. I'm 100% blocking this. Worst thing that could happen is complete devotion, and it's just not that bad. I mean, the worst thing that could happen here is probably still they have like White Sun's Twilight. Wow, they had it. This is going to be exciting. So what we want to do is draw Whispers of the Dross. Ooh, Vraska. That's a fitting end to this game. Well played, opponent. You did a good job. They threatening lethal here, but unfortunately, just didn't quite get there. Ten poison. GG. That was narrative perfection. The called White Sun's Zenith and everything. All right, 3-0. Jump in again. After watching the way that particular game played out, I think I am going to swap in a Dross pit after all. It's probably going to be really important to... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. It's probably going to be really important to hit the white mana on time, to hit the 1s and 2s. Probably a little bit less important to hit the black mana right on time. I was worried about, having a 1 black source and having it be a tap land, but then after that game where we saw like 6 swamps, I'm no longer worried about such a thing. Oh, bam, we got a busted hand again. This is a hand where we can draw the tap line and be sad about it, but it'll be fine. 1, 2, 3, and going first. How can I complain? Sawblade Scamp. Tell me, would you like to trade? I'm betting you would not like that. Either way is fine by me. Wow, they actually are. Okay. Here's a duelist. Here you go. Okay. That's acceptable. Let's just play the Fencing Raptor. Start fencing. Here you go. opponent is almost corrupted. Excellent. Let's do that right now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nothing? What? You're letting me get away with this? I thought they were going to play like a Volt Charge for sure. I suppose they just had a trick, planning on holding up the trick, and then it didn't work. And yeah, we're just drawing like a god, so, you know. That's that. 4-1, 4-0. Next game. Moving on. Here we have 1-3-3. Not quite as good as 1-2-3, but probably will be fine. This deck is short on 2s. That is the one weakness. That is probably the best draw. Wasn't a 2. It will surely be turned on pretty fast. Just tissue. So I could charge at it. I think I just attack with both. So do you want to trade? And they don't. Here's a Hive Master. I don't care about them gaining life. We're going to win on poison. And it is tempting to play the Charge of the Mites, but the problem is if they play any blocker, you can blank all of them, and that's an issue. The nice thing is that there's a decent chance they don't have a blocker. I think we're gonna flex here. No reason to really offer the trade on the ground. Like, we could make this fly and then this trade for that. But the way I see it, the Sinew Dancer is going to start tapping down the blockers. Bouncing Raptor is gonna allow me to repeat the same play. They're gonna be kind of in trouble. Known as Jace Perfected Mind, this card is extremely powerful, but it's going to be too slow. It's going to be too slow on this board. Wait, I'm going to wait to see if they remove a counter or not. They did not. I'm going to tap your Skitterfang. So this Jace here, what it can do is it can -X, mill 3 times X. So I really want to make sure it doesn't, like, lethal me. But I don't mind kind of poking at it. And then if they want to trade the 2-1 for half of my 1-drop, that's acceptable. Alright, just so it's under control. So I know it's not going to deal lethal damage. Sentry might cause... Oh, okay. They've had enough. Understandable. 5-0. Doing great so far. Here we go. 2. Don't really have a great 3, but this should be just fine, I think. Just hope that they play a 1 that dies to this. They mold. Ooh. Okay, change my mind. Gonna do this guy first. The reason I'm changing my mind is I would really like it if... Ooh, okay, that's a bit rough. The reason I did it is I would really like if this Proliferate actually deals damage. Oh, interesting. They got a mountain there. I'm not sure what this entails. White black makes me think it's toxic and I'm afraid of taking damage. We'll probably have to throw in something, or at least threaten to throw in something. Hmm. Okay. I don't love this. Don't love this. So if we had whispered on turn one, we would have been able to kill this. This one would be on the board, but we would have been able to kill this. And then here we could Baskus Fall. They would have to sack this guy. But now we can't do either of those things. I believe I'm just gonna be patient a little bit. As long as we are casting a black spell every turn, we'll probably be reasonably content with the outcome. I would like to learn which is their main color and which is their splash color. I'm suspecting it is red, white, splash, black, but this is a reasonable card to splash in either white, black, or white, red. Oh no, they have two of them. Uh-oh. Okay, here we get to double spell. So if I attack with this Jawbone Duelist and they block, then what happens? I can whisper so that they trade, but that's me getting 2 for 1. So, yeah, actually I don't like that outcome. We go Duelist and I guess pass. Duelist can at least like attack into this board. It gets really tough if they have any kind of trick. Because like I could maybe they'll be afraid of me. You know, I could whisper, it becomes a 1/1 and then block, and then I got a 1 for 1. I just don't think I want to be doing that. I think I have to let this go. All hinges on what they have as the follow-up. If it is resistant to Baskus Fall, we're just gonna lose. If it's a removal spell, probably in trouble. It's 3 lands. I think we've kind of got this in the bag. Justiciar. Interesting. I will be whispering at the Justiciar right now. That guy goes away. I think I'll start by attacking and see if they play along or not. They may chump to not get corrupted, because if they do get corrupted, I turn this on. But if they do it, they're unwittingly turning on the Baskus Fall. Yeah, this is acceptable. I could chump with the Skitterling in the thoughts of not dying to a +2 power trick. Oh, shoot, I should have let them go to combat first. Because now they may not attack. Something tells me they have it. Please don't kill me. I like my life total. Hmm. They've done a pretty good job of making it like awkward for me. Mostly just run one swamp and 3 black spells, and then them managing to just barely not get corrupted. They're mousing over the Sinew Dancer. They have maybe they have Annihilating Glare for Sinew Dancer. Fascinating. 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 Okay. Yeah, I think they have something. It is a Volt Charge. Okay. So we've got Shepherd. There are cards. Shepherd can trade for their token. And hopefully we're okay. Cross fingers. Maybe, maybe. Or they could have trick. Nope, no trick. Nothing. They had nothing. Four, five, six. Oh no. uh So if I jam with everybody, we have to throw away one of these. But the nice thing is it's gonna deal 2 poison to them and prevent them from going all out at my face. They aren't gonna be able to equip this because it costs a whole lot. So let's do this. But it needs to have 2 blockers, or they're going to be dead. And if they attack with that 1/1, honestly, I'm just going to trade for it. It doesn't really cost me much unless they have, like, the Wanderer. But it costs them a whole bunch because they can't put the equipment on that. Mm-hmm. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to leave this back to block. So if we attack for 2, then they can move the Warp over, attack for both. These guys can't defend me. Also, it looks like they might have a trick. Which presume is going to beat us. The good thing is that the poison counter is 8, so even if we have to chump with the Incisor Glider, they're in trouble. It's a Whisper. Okay. Still need to have a blocker. Do I want to take 4? I die to any trick? What's the benefit of keeping the glider around? I think the main benefit is that I can jump again later. Okay, all we need to do is top deck removal. Removal wins the game on the spot. That doesn't quite do it. So we can attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and put them to 9 poison and 1 life. Ugh. This is tense. What have they got? they attack with both, do I chump with the raptor? Or, like, trade with it, I guess. I think I do. But it might be they're out if, like, they have a chimney rabble, for example. On the other hand, me not blocking is they're out if they drew any kind of +2 power check. Skull Bomb, that gets flying, but we've got flying blockers, so that doesn't do it. It doesn't give flying on my turn, just theirs. No crawling chorus. Oh, actually, it didn't matter. That was a nail biter. Keep you on the edge of your seat. 6-0. Final boss. Let's see. Keeping this for sure. Doesn't have a crawler chorus, but we got 2 into 3. Life's good. Don't need to ask for more than that. That's fine. Good cards. Cheat. Okay, so Edifice could kill the Scamp. Seems more straightforward to play the Hive Master. Definitely want to avoid playing the Whisper quite yet to try to get a good double spell off. A little awkward having, I guess, the 2 different ping effects when they're deck full of big things and may not even have any good hits for it. Double Copper Longlegs. Oh boy. I think I want to hit with this Hive Master. And if they like double block the long legs, then we can get them with Whisper and then just double spell. If they want to give me this trade, I'm happy with this trade. This is just trading up, sort of. Making sure I get value off the Death Trigger. Now, I kind of do need to get them corrupted to turn on this and this. But it's also not a huge rush. I can wait a little bit. Long legs are awkward in that it's not a great card. And so it's awkward that I'm going to have to spend resources trading for it as though it is a good card. Because it lines up well versus what I'm doing. Alternatively, we could just, if we draw lands, just play a 3-3. The 3-3 will eventually get there. Seeing this disruption makes me want to play a little more conservatively. Oh boy. They're not killing me, but they're playing things that are gonna demand actual trades. And that much is annoying. So I want to save this for something large. I'm gonna poke. No, they have a trick. No, not necessarily. This has activated ability. Poke at the Edifice. I think just give it to him. I could Whisper here. Maybe I just do it. Heck. No, you don't want to do that. Why did you do that? that wasn't a great plan. They could have just not sacked it. I wasn't getting anything off the proliferate. But I was only going to kill one of the blockers, and they just gave me the second one for free. Not the best solution. There's a rabble. Been waiting to see one. So, Edifice. We got rid of their reach guys in time for Flinching Raptor off the top. I'll still get in with the Edifice. I'm going to save the Hive Master for later. It's rather a better blocker, I think, than attacker. There's no rush to make the trades, whereas with the Edifice, I'm trying to trade away the Edifice so that my grand creatures can hit through. Or my toxic creatures can hit through. What you got? I'm waiting for him to play a big scary thing. Sure, it's gonna happen eventually. That's pretty small. Where's the big thing? Okay, alright. I respect that. Nothing? No big thing? Okay. I'm gonna maybe just do the regular damage thing. Here is the shepherd. I would... Oh, copper longlegs again? How many copper longlegs do they have? That's quite unusual. I'm going to sack. Straw Spits want for me for running it. It worked out just fine. I still, I'm not going to say the Longlegs is bad, but I'm going to wait on this disruption for them to play like a rare or a 5/5. There's just not much reason to use it on a tiny thing. Slinger's going to kill my glider. They're doing all good things, but they're all small ball things. And the result of doing too many small ball things in a row is that you may find your opponent is going over your head, perhaps literally in this case. Just need 4 more turns. Found a big one. So that's a funky one. Because what they can do with it is they can move it around, but also the 6/6 is a threat by itself. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. So they might think it's smart to move this over here, but if they do that, I'm going to cast Disruption, and they can't block this. They have 5 blockers, 6 mana attackers, so they're going to lose if they do that. So because of that, I am just going to pass. And if they want to do that, they are welcome to lose the game. They may not realize it. They probably realize it. They're probably feeling the tension. Got 7 attackers that are 4 life. Yep, I can take 6. Not a big deal. What's going on here? You thinking? If you tap out, you're dead. If you move that chair, game is over. You gotta play this card. That's gotta be something defensive. What is it? What is it? What is it? Show me, show me, show me. The suspense is killing me. It didn't want to show me. So the problem here is that they could have, say, a volt charge. So if I cast a disruption, but they have the volt charge, I'm going to take, so then they're going to have 4 blockers. Block 1, 2, 3, 4, but they're only going to take 2, and they're not going to die. So I think I have to respect that. I have to decide here if I want to disruption the long legs, or if I just want to get out ahead of it and disruption this thing. I think I'm just going to poke the shepherd. If the thing that they have is a trick, and they can play the trick on the long legs, that's kind of a disaster. But I'm doing it this way because I think this is still winnable even if they have volt charge. Presumably, if they have that, this will get it out of them. And yeah, the only thing that's really a disaster is like Blazing Crescendo. Specifically. Any other trick that's like a 1-for-1 is basically just full charge. So I get to play the convert here, and I do want to not die to some surprise. So let's say they spend 7, move this over onto the rabble, attack with everything. So this is going to be 7 trample damage. I'm going to need 2 blockers to not die, and I have that. So yeah, I'm going to disrupt the creature and not the artifact, and say, your turn. They could move over the battle chair, but if they're going to do that, they're spending a whole turn on it, and then they can block 4 things and take way more than lethal. So disrupting the token here is down to the point of removing their trample creature so that I won't take 10 damage. They're thinking they have something, clearly. Maybe they have Tyvar's Stand? And they were hoping to... Maybe they have Tyvar's Stand, actually. This really looks like they might have that card. So that's the only thing you'd really think about using here. What they were hoping to do was they were hoping to get a point in where they could stand for like 6 and lava axe me. But now that I'm removing their... They had it. Hey, another great call by pproteus. We could die here. Definitely top decks that kill me on the spot. But if they attack with anything more than the battle chair, we are blocking. Even jumping with the convert if necessary. Okay, well, we're doing it. What do I want to kill more, the Basilisk or the Vorak? Probably the Vorak. That's not how somebody acts if they have an instant. It did not act like someone who was given priority to cast an instant like Volt Charge, which is the main thing I'm afraid of. They have to not die, and they didn't succeed. 7-0. So, moral of the story, a poison deck, when it's open, pretty great place to be. I think that's a pretty good moral. Other morals? I don't know. We had the Vraska. Did Vraska do her thing? Absolutely not. Had this gold uncommon. Did the gold uncommon do its thing? Absolutely not. This deck was just flouncing raptors and crawling horses all the way. Anyways, I will see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.